The world government is super powerful, but as powerful as they are, there are some devil fruits that they currently don't have within their grasp that they would love to have. The first fruit that they would love to have would actually be Pudding's devil fruit. The Memo no Mi allows the user to alter people's memories. It allows them to cut out memories and to manipulate memories. But the real danger of this fruit comes when you enter the realm of awakening. A possible awakening for this fruit is to be able to alter or delete the memories of a massive amount of people. Imagine how that could be used in the hands of the world government. If they use the Memo no Mi just like the King in Attack on Titan did, King Fritz, well, they could erase everyone's memory. Imagine there will be no more pirates, no more revolutionaries, nobody would have even needed to die in Ohara because no one would even remember that there was a Void Century. It would be the perfect fruit, and they would not have to expend any extra effort in getting rid of the pirates and revolutionaries and anyone else who wants to find out things that they don't want them to know. And as a side note, seems like the Memo no Mi would be the natural counter to Vegapunk's brain fruit, or the Nomi. Seems like Pudding could take out Vegapunk, and at the very least, the Memo no Mi could have stopped Vegapunk's head from growing to that ridiculously huge size, or nullify his fruit with her ability if she used it continuously. Our second fruit that the world government would definitely want would definitely be Laws devil fruit, because first of all, the Opi Opi no Mi is like 10 devil fruits in one. Secondly, it can perform the perpetual youth operation, which could keep someone young and vital for as long as they want. They wouldn't be able to die from natural causes. So immortality to a limited degree is on the table if you have the Opi Opi no Mi. Now it's a one-time use if they're going to use that perpetual youth surgery, and it does cost the life of the user, but it's something that they definitely would like to have in their hands and use on themselves, or perhaps someone, maybe Ibu, if he hasn't already had this surgery performed on him. Maybe this is something that he would like to gain. Now, our third fruit that the world government would definitely want to acquire is the Habi no Mi, which is Sugar's devil fruit, and she's a part of the Don Quixote del Flamingo pirates, which allows a person to enslave anyone that they touch and turn them into a toy slave. Not only is this perfect for the world government, and they could easily round up all those who stand against the world government and turn them into slaves. Not only are they your slave, but everyone that they once knew instantly forgets about them, and they basically have no life, and they have to do whatever you say or order them to do, which is something I could not see the world government not wanting. Actually, I feel like they should be after that fruit way more than they should be after the Nika fruit, because that would guarantee them absolute power. If they had a fruit like that, just started touching all the inhabitants of the world, it would make them infinitely more powerful if they had that fruit. Now, our fourth devil fruit, the Koi fruit, model Azure Dragon, which is Kaido's fruit, which turns the user into a giant dragon. You have elemental powers, you have the hybrid form, high defense. The real utility in this fruit is the fact that you can not only fly, but you can create clouds so that you can transport any type of items, perhaps troops, even land masses can be transported on these clouds and lifted up and taken to different areas. So there is an added element of mobility. This would be a fruit that I could see them giving to a high-ranking either God's Knight or a high-ranking Admiral. This is a fruit that, definitely can win wars if used correctly. Amazingly, the world government has captured Kaido many times, and out of all the fruits that they should have, they actually did have this fruit, and surprisingly did nothing with it. In fact, Vegapunk did have Kaido's lineage factor and was able to develop an artificial fruit that just came out the wrong color, and the world government did nothing about it. They didn't even try to seize the fruit. Not surprisingly, the world government dropped the ball on that one. They should have definitely took that fruit from Vegapunk, and they would have their own version of Kaido's fruit right now that could be used to great effect. So another fruit that the world government would definitely want would have to be the Island fruit. This allows the user to do exactly what it says, become an island. This would be so great for the world government to have, because they would have a stronghold. Any battle that occurs, the government would have the home court advantage, because basically when you have the island fruit, you're not just an island. You can literally be anywhere on the island. You can manipulate and use the island as you see fit, that you've combined yourself with. Being able to combine with an island and manipulate it is a game changer when it comes to battle. Imagine if Marineford was controlled by an island fruit user. I mean, Ivalo Pizarro is not even a really great fruit user, and even he was putting in some work with the Island fruit. He was definitely a threat. So the Island fruit would be very crucial for the government to have. And another devil fruit, which really we didn't get to see how great it was. I'm sure that they would love to have the Yamato no Orochi, which was held by Orochi and Wano. Just for the simple fact that you have basically 8 lives. As long as the user doesn't get decapitated 8 times in a row, even if they don't use any other powers from that fruit, they can essentially be a very useful asset on the battlefield or in an actual fight, because they've got 8 chances to win. And usually in battles in One Piece and in life in general, you don't get that many chances to win. Our next fruit, the Ink fruit, which was held at one point by Kanjuro, is a really good fruit because it brings everything to life. He was able to make soldiers, make perfect copies of people. He was able to make food. He was able to fill the sky with arrows. I'm sure that there are more than a few people in the actual Marines that are artistic. So being able to use that fruit in battle would be invaluable. So now let's get into some honorable mentions. The first one being the Buki no Mi, or the weapons fruit that is held by Baby 5. It's self-explanatory. You know, someone who's cross-trained with using different types of weapons or explosives is someone who will be perfect for this fruit. And I'm sure in the Marines they have most likely more than one person who's cross-trained in weaponry and explosives, and this would be a great fruit for someone like that. Our next honorable mention happens to be any Logia fruit. Logia fruits are ultra rare, but we see that the admirals all have Logia fruits, and the ones that are available that come to mind are like the Flame fruit, the Numa fruit, which is a swamp fruit that Caribou has. Then we also have the Suna no Mi, which is Crocodile's fruit, and we saw that actually be able to destabilize a whole island and dry out the area and control the weather permanently. And then we also have the Goro no Mi, or the Rumble fruit, the lightning fruit that Enel has. If he comes back down to Earth and they're able to take him out, they could take that fruit, and there's so many benefits to that fruit because it will allow you to hear things over the electromagnetic spectrum. You can turn into lightning, and like all Logia fruits, it gives you intangibility and has a large area of effect and can take out massive groups of people, which would be absolutely devastating on the battlefield. And lastly, as far as honorable mentions go, any type of mythical or legendary devil fruit, because we always know whether it's connected to a zone, whatever the case is, it has extra abilities, whether it's turning into people, ice powers, elemental powers, being able to make shock waves, whether it's able to control or manipulate the environment around it. Any time that you get a mythical devil fruit, it is a game changer. Any type of mythical devil fruit would be great for the world government to have. Those are just our honorable mentions. So now let's move into our final 2 devil fruits. It's no surprise that one of the fruits that the world government will want the most would be the Yami no Mi. Darkness fruit, which is held by Blackbeard, which it can nullify any devil fruit. Somehow it seems like it's able to take other devil fruits, and it can swallow up anything into its darkness. I mean, that again will be a great fruit for either one of the Gorosei to have, a God's Knight, or one of their high-ranking Navy officials, and it would make them infinitely more powerful. It could literally level a whole battlefield. Not to mention that not only will it counter any other devil fruit, but it's pretty much the perfect fruit to counter the Sun God Nika fruit, which is the most elusive fruit that has ever existed, and this is the last fruit on our list that we're going to talk about. The Hito no Mi model Sun God Nika is the most wanted fruit by the world government. Again, the world government dropped the ball with that one. And the great thing about the Sun God Nika fruit is that it has the power of imagination. The user can fight in any form that they choose, and it's a very powerful fruit, and Luffy's really the perfect user for that fruit. And we know that the world government has had it on occasions. Even the last time that they had it, it was on a boat with Who's Who, and then Shanks came with his crew and stole it, and then Who's Who became the Who's Who that we know right now. On a side note, I don't understand why they didn't go after Luffy earlier when they knew that he had the fruit. Maybe it was because of Garp. They didn't want to deal with him because Garp is a beast, and if they can snag that fruit, they can take out Luffy and get that fruit. That's something that they would definitely want to do. And anytime that the world government has tried to get this fruit, it's always slipped through their grasp. So if they could have it, I don't even think they would give it to another person. They would probably just keep it locked up in a room somewhere, like deep underneath the ground or in some dark unlit place, never to have that fruit see the light of day. That would be the most effective destructive thing they could do with that fruit if they could acquire it and somehow hide it away somewhere forever. So that's our list. Devil fruits that the world government definitely will want to have. As always, I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you for watching. Please support all 4 of my pages, especially by supporting my brand new YouTube page, Turtles Reviews. And on that page, it'll have all my reviews on topics that have nothing to do with animes. And as I always say, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.